The thirst is real. Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. Ellarie here. Someone in my comments requested to do a cranberry eye, which is what I tried to achieve right here. So up my alley. Like, I live for vamp. Well, I don't know if she wanted vamp, but I've never done a full-on cranberry eye, so I was really excited to do this, and I hope whoever requested it loves it. I used the Milk Cosmetics stacks. I don't know if I have these shadows in the right order, but I believe I used the Love Sick stack. I believe I kind of mixed up the colors because I keep them together like this, so I'll tell you the colors as I use them throughout the tutorial. But I hope you guys enjoy this look, and if you do, please go ahead and click the thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe. And yeah, let's get into it. So if you follow me on Snapchat, MIS as Ellarie, you've seen my uneven eyebrows. I showed them like a couple weeks ago. As you can see, this one has a pretty great shape, lots to work with. And this one, yeah, it's a little too high of an arc right here. I don't know what happened, like, I don't know. Almost got the rainbow arc right here. So because of that, I've been having to use a darker brow pattern. Before, I was just using this Kelly Baker brown brow powder, and I would just need to fill in my brows just a little bit, but now that's not going to cut it because I basically need to add on some darkness under there to make my eyebrows look even. So I've been using this Anastasia Beverly Hills I'm sure the front brow palette. So I've been using this color to line my brows and this one to fill them in a little bit. So my brows have been a little bit darker lately. I've also been using this brush. I got this from Lashes by Lena. It has a spoolie on one side and this really small angled side that's really, really thin and perfect for me to line my brows precisely. Boom, 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 boom. And I'm just gonna line my brows as I would if I use a pencil. You can use a pencil, I just don't have one right now, and I'm not gonna go buy one right now. So I'm not gonna start all the way to the tip, but a little bit further back and just line slightly under my hairline. And I'm going to line the top as well, like I said, not starting all the way in the corner, but a little further back. Once I have them lined, I'm going to brush them up a little bit and then choose a lighter powder to fill them in. So now, onto the struggle brow. So with this one, instead of following my hairline, which will make it still uneven, when I get to this point, I'm still going to just pull it out a little bit lower than where my hairline is. You can always lighten up the color if you put too much powder on with the spoolie by brushing it out. I'm going to clean them to get them extra flaky, and I usually do so using MAC's 195 brush and MAC's Studio Fix Concealer. So I swipe some along the side of one angle, putting on the brow bone first, and I pull my skin back a little bit to make sure the line is extra crisp, staying a little bit below my hairline. And voila, my eyebrows now look like sisters opposed to distant cousins. This is just some brow gel. There she go. Moving on. I really should have did this first, but I forgot. But I'm going to prime my face with Benefit's Pore Professional. Looks like this. Makes my skin have a nice, smooth layer. And once I have that worked in, I'm going to apply my foundation. I'm a heavy glam type of gal, and I love full coverage foundation, so that's what I wear 99% of the time. I use MAC's Studio Fix Fluid and Beauty Blender, and I usually spray my face first with this 10 Years Younger spray by Motives to hydrate my skin so that it doesn't feel all dry. Oh, yes, yes. I spray that too. And I just work this into my face and neck area. So you already look like 10 times better just with some foundation. I'm just going to use some tape. This is just a roll of regular tape. and I'm using some brow scissors to cut it into a little smaller square. Get rid of the stickiness a little bit and place it in the outer corners of my eyes. Oops. The hazy. Doesn't want to let me go. Story of my life. Try to make sure I angled the tape the same on both eyes. Might be a little off, but it's all good. I'm going to use the same primers that I used in the last tutorial, which is Air Patrol and Too Faced Eyeshadow Insurance. You can really use both of these separate, but since I'm using matte on the eyelids again, that smoky eye that I did in the last tutorial, that held up all day. And it's really hard to get a black shadow to stay on your lid without a gel base all day. So since that worked out for me, I'm gonna do it the same. Like, I'm not gonna take any risks because I really want this eye to look fleeky. As I said, this Air Patrol primer by Benefit also has SPF 20 in it. So you get a primer and a sunscreen in one. And the reason why I'm applying two is because I want my primer to be a little bit thicker. So you can either do 2 layers of one or use 2 primers, whatever floats your boat. I love this applicator, so I'm going to use it to apply the eyeshadow insurance as well. Just placing it on the back and then rubbing it in. Sometimes I really wish I didn't have nails, but I have man hands, so just make sure you apply it evenly so that your shadow will lay evenly. The first color I'm going to use is called Unseen from the Melt Stack. And I'm going to get a blending brush. This one is from Morphe M441. I'm going to swirl it around, tap it off, and buff that just below my brow. You guys know I don't really like brow highlights, but you can add one if you like. So I started on my other eye. I'm going to work in the Cranberry shade, which is called Lovesick. And I'm using this all over eye blender brush from Modus. Packing it on nice and thick. And I'm only applying it to the lid area right now. My favorite blending brush by Morphe, Enigma and Lovesick. A little bit of this and a little bit of that together to blend out my lid color. This is going to take a while, people. Going higher and higher, small sections at a time, because I don't want it like all the way up here. I'm gonna go in back with Enigma and blend it out. So once I have both colors blended out on the lid and into the crease area and it's looking pretty blended, I can go ahead and remove my tape, clean up the tape lines with the leftover foundation on my beauty blender, and proceed with my highlight and contour routine. If you want to check out how I did my highlight and contour, check the previous video where I listed all the products and went step by step with that. But for this one, I'm going to go ahead and do that off camera and then finish up with the eyes. Okay, so as you can see, I finished one eye off camera. Now I'm going to complete the other eye. The rest of the look is real simple. I'm going to use LA Girl's Very Black Gel Pencil. Hella small, I need another one. But I'm going to put this on off camera because I got to get real close and up in there. Okay, so I applied this pencil really heavily off camera on my waterline, and I'm going to smudge it out with Lovesick and a smudging brush by Morphe. And I'm going on the waterline first to smudge out the black a little bit. I debated on whether I was going to put, what is this color? A Millie in the inner corners. I think that would look really pretty, but I wanted to keep it all cranberry. So if you want to highlight the inner corners and you have these stacks, you can use this or any like goldish, peaches, whatever color you want to highlight in the corners. I just decided to keep it all cranberry. And then once I have it smudged on the lash line and you can't see like any separation between the waterline and the lash line, you can slowly start kind of blending it down. Picked up a little fallout with some tape, very gently, because you don't want to snatch up your highlight. And to blend it out a little bit more until the line's not too harsh, I'm going to take that small little taper brush to blend out the lash line a little better. Off camera, I went ahead and applied a little bit more pencil on my waterline since some of it got smudged off. Now for the top liner, I am just going to use, I told you guys on Snapchat I have a new favorite liner brush. It's Morphe's M250-1. It's much thinner than Max 210. So if you can't really work with Max 210 brush because it's too small for you, this one's not going to be any better because this one is much smaller. I just like it because it makes me be able to make my liner even thinner than with the MAC 210. All I do is swirl it around in my gel pot, and I keep twirling it so that all the hairs will stick together and none are sticking out, and that it comes to like a nice point. So I'm not doing a wingtip for this look. I'm just going to do a thin line on the lid. I kind of start in the middle and go to the end and use the access to get the inside corner. Nice and thin, just like I like my waist. You don't want to apply too much liner in the inner corners to prevent any type of bleeding, so I usually just use the excess to get in the inner corner and lightly tap it in. Now all that's left is lashes and mascara. First, I'm just going to apply some mascara to my bottom lashes. This is Better Than Sex by Too Faced. Can't really confirm or deny if it's really better than sex. I guess it just depends on who you're with. The lashes that I'm using are called Boudoir by House of Lashes. I love these lashes. They're like in between, like really natural and heavy, like they're best of both worlds. They're kind of thicker in the middle and a little bit thinner on the ends. And of course I'm using House of Lashes Lash Glue. If you really want to get a lot of use out of your falsies, you don't need hella glue. You just put a nice thin layer on it and a little bit heavier on the corners, since that's the area that tends to lift. Once you have it on, I just kind of clean off my lashes a little bit with my fingers, because I don't really like to add mascara first since my eyelashes are real curly. Set them in the middle first, make sure they're even on both sides, lower it down, boom, boom, and boom. And if the glue is tacky enough, they should sit there right when you press them in to the skin. So if they keep lifting up as you place them on your lash line, that means you didn't let the glue set enough to be tacky to stick. So now I'm just going to add a little bit more mascara to the top to blend my real lashes in with those falsies. And then I'm going to use my little blending brush to kind of blend out this line so it's not so perfect. Blur it out a little bit. So for the lips, I was going to do something a little bit more nude-ish, but I did that with the last smoky eye, so I decided to go vamp, like full vamp. I used the Ellarie pencil by ColourPop Cosmetics. Favorite pencil, hands down, and I'm not just saying that because I collaborated on it. I'm saying that because the reason why I chose this color is because I used a similar color by MAC that I used to buy like all the time, and you know those pencils are like, what, 18? I haven't bought one in so long. But I wanted to create one similar to that. So this is $5. It's creamier than the MAC pencils. You sharpen it with a regular sharpener. People ask me that all the time, like, I love your liner, but it only lasts this much. I'm like, no, just use a sharpener. But I would recommend one that's small because you don't waste as much product. Really, really love this pencil. And I used Cherry Cordial by Gerard Cosmetics. Check the caption for a discount on Gerard Cosmetics. But I chose to use this lipstick opposed to the Ellarie lipstick that goes with the pencil because the lipstick is lighter than the pencil, and I've said before that that was done on purpose to create ombre lips, but the pencil is much darker, so I chose to go with a lipstick that matched it better so that I can make my lipstick look exactly like this pencil. Could have used a pencil by itself, but throughout the day I might get that, you know, that line you get when you have matte lipsticks on. So this will help me through with touch-ups throughout the day because I can just, you know, to the inside. You feel me? So this is the final look, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed. Like I said, if you did, go ahead and hit the thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to my channel and check out some more videos, you know. That's what they're here for. Other than that, don't forget to follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at Ellarie, and Snapchat at NYX Ellarie. But until then, love y'all. Mwah. Oh my gosh, it is hotter than like a sumo wrestler's tits in here. Can we get some air? Fritos, oh my gosh. Put some mustard in the bag, shake it up. Girl, best snack. Great, great snack. Even though they're all soggy now. But soggy good. Soggy good sometimes. Soggy real good. I'm fat ass. That's okay though. Cause summer is over, boo. Time to get a little plump.